Change is the only constant in all walks of life. I'm sure everybody agrees. So, in this webinar, we will see what change looks like and its management process. So, get ready to transform the way you approach change at the workplace and in life. Today, we will learn about how to tackle those change challenges with our panelists. So, before we start, I have some few points which is related to the webinar, which everybody should be knowing. We are glad to inform that you all will be getting the certification of participation, but you have to attend the webinar till the end. That's the criteria. And in order not to disturb the course of the webinar, we request you to turn off your mic when the speaker presents for a better clarity of the content and the webinar. If you have any questions regarding the thing, there is a chat option available in the Zoom platform where you can post your questions. Once the webinar is done, there would be like a Q&A session where all of your questions will be discussed. And once again, I'm happy to welcome all the participants here. I could see a lot of messages coming. They are happy to be here and everything. So now, without further ado, now let me welcome our panelist, Dr. Hatim. Before that, let me give a glimpse about who the panelist is. He is a dynamic lecturer with 4 years of successful financial management experience. He's a person known for interesting lectures and outstanding support materials. He is a person who believes individual student success is very important and knowledge is something which never ends. Everybody should get the knowledge at every age. Knowledge comes, but it is up to us how we store it. He has been the general manager with 12 years of experience, which focus on increasing revenues and expanding margins. He is a person who completes multiple projects in a high-stress environments. He is a meticulous leader and a strategic planner. I'm proud to welcome him, Dr. Hatim, to today's webinar. Dr. Hatim, welcome.
Hi, welcome, Anish. Hello, everyone. I'm very thrilled to welcome you all to our workshop on change management, embracing the future through strategic adaptation. First of all, let me thank Natish for this introduction. As he said, I work in the oil and gas industry for 25 years, but also I started my education career after I successfully defended my DBA thesis in international finance and gained my doctoral degree from Isleska Business School in France. I have been professor for the past 5 years in various academies and institutions, both online and in campus in Egypt. Also, I would like to thank for Westford team at UniAthena for giving me this opportunity to meet all of you in this well-organized workshop. Change management, embracing the future through strategic adaptation. In today's rapidly evolving world, it's essential for organizations to adapt and embrace the future through strategic adaptation. Our workshop today will focus on the importance of change management and how it can be organized to stay ahead of the curve. We will explore various strategic and techniques that can be used to manage change effectively and discuss real-world examples of successful change management edges and also unsuccessful change management process. So whether you are a business owner, manager, or just someone interested in learning more about change management, this workshop is for you. Let's dive in and discover how we embrace the future through strategic adaptation. In order to tackle this topic, we will go with the following agenda. We'll start with the introduction. what is change in language, what does change looks like, what is change management and why it's important, why people resist change, how to manage change, the change management process, how to prepare employees for change, the benefit of change management, tips and tools for successful change management, and we will end up with some case studies about Apple, Zurich Life, Kodak, and Blackberry. Introduction. As I told you, no organization can afford to stand still. Change is a necessity. There are always new challenges to meet. However, every change you need to make should be planned and implemented with care. Otherwise, it could end up doing more harm than good. Change management is essential part of successful business operation. In particular, strategic adaptation is one of the most successful change management strategies. It allows companies to assess their current situation. In order to start, you need to have a good assessment of your current situation and where you want to be, and plan for a successful future. Strategic adaptation play a vital role in enabling organizations to anticipate, plan, initiate needed change that will help them achieve their short-term and long-term goals. At the most basic level, the goal of strategic adaptation is to prepare company for adaptation to ongoing change and the business environmental. When this external change occurs, a company is better equipped to adapt and move in a positive direction. What is change? Change in language is a process. Change is a process. It is not an event. It is a process. It is not an event. If you are stand here and you won't change your position to this one, it will take you some process moving from A position to B position. It will not go all of the suddens that you are standing in A positions and suddenly you will be in B positions. So change is a process of moving from one state to another. It's not an event, but process that involve transitions. What does change looks like? These are the transition curve. Here are the performance, and this is the curve, transition curve. Normally, or expectation of change, if you are current status at this point of performance, and you start your process of change by doing the process of change management, then the future states for your positions will be higher in the performance at this point. This is the expectation. But in reality, it not go like expectation. It goes with in the transition state, the resistance of change by employee will make the curve slope down to reach the peak point of performance of the firm. And then if you are doing a good, planned, implemented strategic management process, then you will take the curve up to the future states to reach the highest performance of the firm. So from the above curve, what is change management and why it's important? When it comes to change management, many people may be unsure of what is it exactly. Change management is the process of planning. This is number one. Implementing, number two. Then monitoring change, and this is the most of the change process failed because of the monitoring change. Because while you are doing your change from A positions to B positions, some economical or some outside factors also change. So maybe it's will impact from your change from A to B to better to be A to C. So monitoring change while are doing your change management process in organizations is one of the process very important after planning and implementing the change management. It's important because change management, it's important because it helps ensure that change are implemented smoothly and without issues. Employees need to be prepared for change, of course, because they are doing the change resistance. Employees need to be prepared for change, and the change management process should be followed in order to ensure that everyone is on the same page. Everyone on the organizations must be on the same page, must understand why you are doing this process, what's the purpose, where will be, what the effect on myself after doing this process. A lot of questions will be in the head of the employees about the change management. So the managers should have a clear understanding and clear answering for these questions. Change can be difficult for employees, of course. So it's important to have a plan in place to help them through that transitions. Because to convince anyone, nothing work only, anyone to go from his comfort zone, it's not an easy task. Everyone has its own comfort zone, and everyone is happy as he stands still in this comfort zone. To convince this one, to convince the employee to move from his comfort zone to another one, which will be have a positive impact on him, it's not an easy task. There are many benefits to change management. Some of these benefits include improved communication, of course, because communication is a very part of change management process. Communicate the change, communicate the process, communicate the situation to the employees. So this change management process by itself, it will improve the communication in in the company, increase productivity, of course, after reaching the new level, reduce stress, and improve decision making. So we have communication will be increased, improved, productivity also will be improved, stress will be reduced, and decision making will be improved. Change management can also help improve employee morale and create more positive work environment. It seems that change management is a good issue, but why people resist change? Why people resist change? As I told you before, it's all about comfort zone. Many reasons could lead to people resist change. Individuals tend to find security in traditional approach of life and situation. One of the major reasons of resistance to change is uncertainty about the impact of change. What will be the impact on myself after this change? Is it a good impact or would be a negative impact on myself? Especially the impact on job security. The fear of the unknown always has a major impact on the decisions of the individuals. Organization does not communicate clearly. Change has poor introduction. This is one of the reasons that people resist change. Organizations lack sufficient resource, feel they will suffer. Who will feel they will suffer? The employee. Perceive more work with few opportunities. Maybe the change also perceive that there will be more work for each employee. Required to give up ingraded habits. Organizations lacks adequate rewards. So all these are reasons that people or employees resist change. Okay, how to manage change? The change management process, and this is all about this workshop. First of all, we should create shared vision. When I talk about shared vision, I'm talking about communicate two things: your current situation with its pros and cons. You should tell the employee we are stand in this point and this good as we are market share is blah 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 and we have blah blah blah, all the positive things of your current situation, and also the cons. We lost these customers because of that product. We lost. You must clearly share your current situation with pros and cons to your employees. After clearly shared your current situation, you also should share your future or planned situation to the employee, where we will be and what will be the impact on the company and the employee. After create a shared vision, we will go to define the action plan, how we will do this change management, build support and commitment, implement, monitor, and course corrected, sustain the change. We will tackle every step by step. Create shared vision. As I told you, we should share our current and future situation to the employee. What is the business case of change? Define the destination. What will the change achieve? Include description of the current state, opportunity, and the end results. Of course, share and communicate this vision in the beginning of the change process is a very healthy and important step, because once you shared with your employees your current situation and your planned future situation, you might come up with new ideas from your employees. This is one positive side from shared vision step. Step number 2, define the action plan. After you shared your current and future plan situation, you should make the action plan, outline the critical work that needs to be done for successful change. Then build support and commitment. You should connect to your stakeholders, understand change from each of your stakeholders' perspectives, as I told you, get support from the above management, effectively deal with the resistance to change. And how you will be effectively deal with the resistance to change? By communicate. A good communication, clear communication, honest communication, this will deal with resistance to change effectively. After that, the fourth step, implement, monitor, and course correct. Extend involvement, mobilize the workforce, assess progress against your critical success factor, anticipate, understand, utilize resistance, assure that progress is made on both the business and human level. Progress on the transition curve. So you should make sure that the change is going on the human and business level. Do not be dejected. Problems are to be expected, of course. During any change, problems are to be expected. The ones who do not expect problems during the change, this one sign of the failed change process. Often, initially, there is a downturn of effectiveness. Communicate, 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 and celebrate success. Celebrate success to make a motivation and to release the stress on the employee. But do not declare victory too soon. Make corrections to help you reach your destination. Final step, sustain the change. Ensure accountability is in place, establish metrics, reward those who have made the journey with you, continually reinforce the change, deal with the resistors, celebrate at each stage, but do not celebrate too soon. Okay, to prepare employees for change, how we can do this? Communicate, train, support, always answer the questions clearly, honestly. When change are happening in an organization, it's important to prepare employees for what is coming. This can be done by communicating the change early and often providing training and support and being available to answer questions. Employees need to understand why change is, why we do change, why change is happening, and what it means for them. If they are not giving this information, they may resist the change or become dissatisfied. And when the employees are dissatisfied during the change process, they will make the change process a hell. They will not collaborate. They will make every effort to let managers or top management rethink about the change. Leading change can be difficult, but it's important to have a plan in place to ensure that everyone is on board. Change management is a critical process for any organization undergoing change. By following these steps, you can help your employees through the transitions and ensure that the change is successful. So, you must communicate, train, support, answer the questions. What are the benefits of change management? When change management is introduced in an organization, it can often be met with resistance from employees. We also know that. This is why change management is such an important process. It helps to ensure that everyone is on the same page and understand why the change is happening and what they need to do to adjust. There are many benefits to change management, including improved communication, as we told before, enhanced productivity, as we told before, reduce stress, improved moral, enhance creativity, improve decision making. Improve communication when employees are properly informed about change. It promotes better communication throughout the organization. Enhance productivity with a clear plan in place for how change will be implemented. Employees can focus on their work rather than working about what's going on around them. So, after the good communication of the change, the people will not stay in the corners of the company talking about their concern about the change, so they don't make any productivity. So once the change management is successfully shared, the vision, the uncertainty about the future will be reduced, so the employee will be focused to enhance their productivity. Also, reduce stress. Uncertainty about the future can cause a lot of stress for employees, and change management help to minimize this, providing clarity and structure. Improved moral. When employees feel like they are a part of change process and that their concerns are being heard, it can boost morale and help to create more positive work environmental. It also enhances creativity. With change comes opportunity, and change management can help to unleash the creativity of employees as they explore new ways to do things. As I told you in the beginning, once you communicate your current and future situation, you can also hearing some good ideas from your employees. Improve decision making. By establishing a clear process of decision making, change management can help to ensure that everyone is on the same page when it comes to making change. Now I will give you tips for successful change management. In order to ensure that change is introduced successfully in an organization, there are a few key things to keep in mind. It's all about the change management process. It's all about the communication with employees. It's all about the clarity. It's all about the monitoring. It's all about with dealing effectively with the resistance. And you will not deal effectively with resistance unless you are expecting this resistance. Establish a clear change management plan. This plan should outline why the change is happening, how it will be implemented, and what the expected outcomes are. Share the vision. Communicate change effectively. Employees need to be properly informed about changes in order to understand why they are happening and what they need to do adjust. Manage expectations. It's important to set realistic expectations for how long it will take for employees to adjust to change. Change doesn't happen overnight. It may take some time for everyone to fully adjust. For example, if you implement a new technology or a new what we call it software in the accounting department, for example, or financial department, to train the accountant in your organization about this new software, it takes times, and everyone, it will not take 1 month for every employee. No, some of them will learn quickly, and some of them will learn slowly. It depends on the characters of your employees. Encourage inputs from employees. As I told you before, employees should be encouraged to speak up and provide feedback on change advantages, as their input can help to ensure that changes are implemented in a way that works for everyone, and also may explore a new ideas for the change. Provide support during change process. It's important to have a clear channels for communications during change management so that employees can get the help they need when they are facing challenges or setbacks. Final tips: recognize success along the way. Change is often difficult, but it's important to recognize and celebrate any progress that has been made along the way. This would motivate the employees 100%. This can help to reinforce positive behaviors and motivate employees as change continues. By following these steps for successful change management, organizations can implement change in an effective and efficient manner while minimizing stress and confusion. If there is a tools for successful change management, of course, change management is a very proud product and a very proud subject. So software, change management software, templates, process, training, feedback, and epochs are always there. When it comes to change, having the right tools and resource can make all the difference. Here are a few of the most important ones. Change management software. This software can help to automate the change management process, making it easier for employees to assess the information they need. Change management templates. Templates can help to ensure that everyone is following the same process when implementing change, which can minimize confusion. Change management training. Employees need to be properly trained on how to manage change in order to ensure successful implementation. Resources. There are many resources available online and in print that can help with change management, from articles, epochs, and workshop like this one. Change management team. Having a dedicated team that can manage change and provide support to employees is an essential part of successful change management. And here, when companies goes for merger and acquisitions, this one type of change, why we need to merge with this company and why we need to acquire this company, this type of change, usually at this, before the acquisitions and merger happen, the companies hiring the well-known CFO and CEO to do this merger and acquisitions probably. So it's not an ordinary one can do this change, their should be an adequate change management team. The feedback from your employee, gathering regular input from employees can help organizations stay tuned to their needs and concern, which can be invaluable when managing change. Whether you are implementing change at your company or simply trying to better understand the process, having access to these tools and resources will help ensure your success. With the right change management strategy in place, you can successfully navigate any change that comes your way. In conclusion, change management is a critical process for any organizations, and the critical part of this process is the employees. Not only the employees. Change management can be failed if we don't understand our current status and our where we need to be. Also, so employees need to be prepared for change, and change management process should be followed in order to ensure that everyone is on the same page. Change management in the company can be seen in product line, location, software, new technology, and production. Change management itself, top management, merger and acquisitions, also one of the changes. Now we will go to have a clear case study from the worldwide examples about successful change management process. Zurich Life changed employee habits with a culture of change. What happened? Years ago, Zurich Life, which is a global insurance company, had become bureaucratic and slow moving. The company struggled to adapt to change market conditions and customer behavior. While the industry was experiencing change in a public policy, change coming from outside the company, regulations and competition. The executive team finally recognized the need to embrace change and create a lower cost base. Aiming to challenge unnecessary process and change employee habits from the bureaucracy to more flexible workplace, Zurich Life took the following step. First of all, they used one of the tools of change management. They implemented software where agents could see all of their clients' investments in one place. They recruited champions to promote change management initiatives and improve employees' engagement. They reduced bureaucracy, removed cells, gave autonomy to individuals to make decisions. And this will reduce the bureaucracy, slashed the size of frequency of meeting, encourage assess to be more visible to the staff, pushed people to reflect on what processes were necessary and which ones were disposable. After doing these process or these steps in Zurich Life, as a result of these change management initiatives, Zurich Life improved collaboration, improved customer service, increased the efficiency of meeting, and created a happier work place. But the successful change management start from they realized that the need to embrace change. They realized the change happening outside the company. They realized the public policy change. They realized the regulation change. They realized the competition. So they start communicate the change with their employees, following successful change management process, using tools to help them for successful management process. At the end of the story, they come up with a happier workplace, a more effectively company, and a more productively employees. A great example of so-called successful change management is Apple. Of course, all of us know Apple. Apple in the early 2000s was struggling to stay afloat and was on the brink of bankruptcy. Apple at that time, they only produce the Mac Pro, the Mac laptop, the Mac, the Macintosh, the Macintosh, the Macintosh desktop. So they are, and if one of you work on the Macintosh at that time, it was a difficult software. It's not familiar for everyone. So not everyone goes comparing to Windows. It was familiar, friendly user. So Apple at that time struggling and were to go to bankruptcy. However, with the introduction they made of the iPod and iTunes in 2001, Apple was able to turn its wealth around and become one of the most successful companies in the world. They changed the line of product. They changed the technology they use. They understand that the Macintosh, Apple Macintosh, is not user friendly. So they change their cover. Apple's success can be attributed to its effective change management strategy, which include introducing new products and service, restructuring its organizational structure, and implementing a new marketing strategy. Apple at that time make three change management at once. They introduce new line of product and new technology, restructure the organizations, and implement a new marketing strategy. On the Apple line, on the product line, Apple began focusing on creating products that were more user-friendly and innovative, such as the iPad and the iPhone. This allowed them to reach a wider audience and increase the market share. The second major change was restructuring the structure of the company. Apple changed its organizational structure by introducing a flat hierarchy that encouraged collaboration and innovations among employees. This allowed them to move quickly when making decisions and respond quickly to customer feedback. On the marketing strategy, the major change was in their marketing strategy. Apple began using innovative advertising companies that focused on the user experience rather than the product itself. If you realize the advertising for Apple since that time, most of them focus on the user itself. For example, and this is the marketing strategy, it's not the the good one or the bad one. But if you compare Apple to Samsung, one of the key marketing strategy, advertising strategy in Apple is the echo. Apple, when they issue a product, they issue one every year. So they issue iPhone 10, or sorry, iPhone 11, for example. So anyone, they playing in the echo of their customers. Anyone hold iPhone 11, so it's iPhone 11. It's this editions. So he carry $1,000 in his hand. So they are playing in their echo. But on the other side, so they are targeting segment in their customer, and the niche of these segments. They are playing on the echo of this niche of their segments. On the other hand, Samsung, when they issue a product, they issue 5 to 6 version, almost the same vision, almost the same shape. Sorry, the same shape. The first one for the niche with the $1,000, and the last one for the ordinary users with the, for example, $200. So when you see a person hold a Samsung in his hand, you don't know is this one worth 1,000 or the 200. It's the same shape. So they are not playing on the echo, but they are penetrating a lot of customers' niche, or a lot of customers' edge in the market. Overall, this change allowed Apple to become one of the most successful companies in the world and serve as an example of how effective change management can be for any organizations. On the other sides, we have some failure case studies, examples. Kodak and Blackberry. Of course, all of us know Kodak. Not all of us, because the generations 70s, they will know Kodak. Then the generations after 2000s, I don't think that they remember Kodak. Kodak was the first digital camera and the first megapixel camera were both created by Kodak in 1975 and 1986, respectively. When did Kodak declare bankruptcy? In 2012. 2012, Kodak declared bankruptcy. Why this happened? When this new technology first came in 1975, it was expensive and had a poor quality of image. Kodak anticipated that it would be at least additional 10 years until digital saw technology. So they are knowing and they are anticipating there are digital technology evolutions will be happen after 10 years, until digital technology started to pose a threat to their long-standing business of camera film, chemical, and photo printing paper industry. Although that prediction came true, Kodak chose to increase the film quality through ongoing advances rather than embarrassing change and working on digital technology. Kodak continued with old business model and captured market by 90% of the film and 85% of the camera in America in 1976. Annual sales at that time was 16 billion of dollars. Kodak profit in 1999 was 2.5 billion US dollar. The brand confidence was boosted by this success, but there was complete complacency in terms of embracing new technology. Kodak started experience loss in 2011. Revenue dropped from 16 billion US dollar to only 6.2 billion. On the other hand, Fuji, the competitor of Kodak, identified the same threat and decided to transition to digital while making most money possible from film and creating new commercial ventures, such as cosmetics based on chemicals used for film processing. Even though both companies had the same information, they made different judgment, and Kodak was reluctant to respond. And when it started to switch towards digital technology, mobile phones were with a built-in camera had arrived to disturb digital cameras. Although Kodak developed the technology, they were unaware of how the digitalization revolutions would prove to be, rendering their long-standing industry obsolete. So this one failed case. The other one, Blackberry. I think all of us know Blackberry is an example of unsuccessful change management. In the early 2000s, Blackberry was one of the leading smartphone manufacturers in the world. However, with the introduction of iPhones and Android devices in 2007, BlackBerry market share began to decline rapidly. Despite introducing new products such as BlackBerry 10 OS and BlackBerry Messengers, BlackBerry failed to keep up with its competitors due to its lack of effective change management strategy. They make change management, they introduce some new products, but it was an effective change management strategy. The company failed to properly communicate to change it was making, leaving customers confused and frustrated. It also failed to educate, train to employees on the new strategy and product, resulting in poor customer service. If you remember, personally, I had a BlackBerry in 2008, as I remember, and it will malfunction. I go to the customer service. They didn't know how to make it work. Really, this happens. Additionally, BlackBerry failed to recognize the importance of marketing and advertising to its new products and services, leading to low consumer awareness. Finally, BlackBerry did not have an effective plan for transitioning existing customers from their old devices to new ones, resulting in many customers abandoning the brand altogether. Conclusion: by embracing change through strategic adaptation, organizations can remain competitive in their respective markets while also ensuring long-term success through improved operations and performance over time. Change management requires careful planning and monitoring throughout each step of implementation, but by doing so, organization can ensure successful adaptation while avoiding costly mistakes along the way. Hope that you enjoy this workshop, and I'm ready for any questions now. Nitish?
Okay. Yes, yes, yes. I'm here. I'm here. Hope I'm audible, doctor.
Yes, you are audible.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Thank you so much, Dr. Hatim, for that insightful change session. I'm sure, everybody, is excited about this changes in our life, and we have a lot of questions, doctor, today, which is shooting, in a very large scale. So, I hope you're ready with the questions.
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
I wanted to thank everyone for the questions. So now it's the Q&A round where most of your questions will be answered. So some of the few questions which I find quite interesting, and I feel Dr. Hatim should answer that question. So I will just, read out the question. Hope I'm audible, doctor.
yeah.
Okay, okay. So my first question is one of the beautiful questions I've come across. How do I embrace change in my society surrounded by corruption? Because the only solution for that change in our society is to leave the country. So, what could be done to those who are resistant to change? So, that is the first question, doctor.
This is a very interesting one.
Yeah, yeah,
Actually, change, as I start from the beginning, change is not about managerial issues. Change even in your life, in your country, in your lifestyle, change your education, change your career, change everything's are changing around us, and we need to deal with change at all levels. And
that's true.
it's not necessary that the change is good or bad. This is not a necessary that the change always be good and the change always be bad. But if you can communicate, or if you can understand your current situation and your future planned situation clearly, understand 100%, it will be a clear picture. Where am I and where I won't be? If you understand these two positions, then you can resist the change or go along with the change. Because if your current situation is better than the future, you should resist the change. But if it's vice versa, you should move with the change. But 100% or 90% of the change, it should be to the good positions. No one, for example, I have my MBA, a master degree, so I need to change my career from top management to the junior level. I don't think no one can think about this change, but I need to change my career from senior management to top management, from top management to executive management. So the change, it should be always in a good, but you need to understand your current situation clearly without any misleading information. And also, you need to understand your future planned situation, where you will be and what the impact of this current situation. So change, it's not a matter of managerial issues, it's a lifestyle. You need to change your lifestyle from a healthy person, from an unhealthy person to the healthy person. This is a change. You are I'm not good to walking. I don't want to go to the gym. I need to smoke. I These bad habits. But if you resist yourself and make your future planned situation, you will be healthy. You will be more attractive. your shape will be very good, your health will be very good, you can do multiple tasks in one time by having a good health. So this future planned situation, it empowers you to make the adaptation to the change. No one can think of change. I'm a healthy one and go. I want to go to be drunk. This is not a change. This is a slow down of your lifestyle. I hope you answered your questions.
Yes, 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 yes. Definitely, definitely. That was a wonderful answer. And I would like to thank the person who has answered this question. The next question, doctor. Hope I'm audible, doctor.
Mm. Yes, yes, I'm hearing
Okay.
you.
What are the key factors that will determine the change management process in foreign exchange system? That is a question.
In foreign,
How to manage that when it comes to downsizing as well?
sorry,
So there are two questions
downsizing.
in one. I'll
As I
repeat my
told you,
question. What are the key
yeah,
factors that will determine the change management process in foreign exchange system? And also how to manage a change that implies downsizing.
okay. Downsizing change is one of the critical issues because this will harm the employees. Because when you are talking about downsizing, you are talking about you will fire some employees or you will reduce their salaries. All of these are harmful change management. So they need a surgery to do this change management process. It will not be an easy task. If you are talking about change management to the good one, merger, acquisitions, stuff like that, increase, uh, not downsize the company, increase the size of the company. This will be easier than making the change to downsize the company. It needs a surgery. One, I remember this is a real case where with BP, British Petroleum Company, you know, British Petroleum Company in 2000 and 2012, 2014, I think, they have all the petroleum products, crude oil, drop down prices, all that stuff like that, drop down prices. And they ask the BP manager, HR manager, to downsize the employees. They need to reduce the cost in order to survive. So they asked the HR manager to fire, I think, as I remember, 30 or 40% from the employees. So at the first sight, it's not an easy task. It's not a change by the change should be meaning that enhance the future, but this HR manager, he make a very good downsizing strategy I ever seen or ever heard. He start communicate with HR managers that he knows in all industry and start promoting his employees who will get fired to go to secure them another job in other companies. By doing this strategy, the employee, he will leave BP and work to Shell. He will leave BP and work to Tsunami. He will leave BP and work to so and so. So he, by this strategy, by using his communication and relationship with HR manager with a lot of companies, he can smoothly make the downsize of PP at that time, and employee will not be they are fired already, but they are satisfied because they feel that the company care about them. The company care about them. I'm trying to remember his name. He's one of the famous HR manager all over the world who do this downsize change strategy. This is for the downsize change. For the foreign exchange, as I remember, it's a foreign exchange strategy, Nitish.
Yes,
The
it's
first
foreign
question,
exchange system. Yeah. I'll just
foreign
repeat the
exchange
question
system.
out to you,
Yeah,
Professor.
yeah. Foreign exchange system, just like any system that the employees use to work in software, use to work on it, and you need to change it. First of all, you have a good implementation and presentation of the new software or system, that these systems with the results will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. It's easily, it's user friendly, all the advantage of the new system or new software, and compare it with your current software to the employees in order to make the employee like this new system. After that, should make a very good training for the employees who will work on the new system or a new software by professionals from the company that make the system. If you can do it in the hotel, 5 stars hotels with some of high tea, stuff like that, this will make employee love to go to the training sessions. Celebrate with your employees when you implement the new system. Do not expect that your employees, after finishing the training sessions, will be 100% fit with the new system, because they will not. This will not be happened. Take times. Change the process. It's not an event. It will take times. So do not push your employee. You take the training. You should be good at these systems now. This will not be good for you. I hope I answer your questions.
Yes, definitely. That was a very impactful answer, and that is a very important, information about downsizing and foreign exchange system you have mentioned. So, next question: why is communication so important in change management, and how do you expect problems and still remain optimistic about the change?
As I told you, no success without communication, and not any communication, clear communication, honest communication. Communication is the key success of the change management, is the key success of the organization itself. As I told you, to make the change, you had to understand your current position and your future
Doctor, sorry to
position.
cut there, but your video is a little lagging. If you can, your video is stuck at the moment.
Okay, now it's clear.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, it is not. Yeah,
now it's
now it is
clear.
clear. Now it's clear. Now
Okay,
it's clear.
okay. As I told you, communication is the key success for any organization, especially in the change management. So you need to understand your current situation and future planned situation. It's not about you. You need to understand these situations and communicate the situations to your employees. The employee, he will resist the change unless he understands why the change is happening. Why the change is happening. To answer this during the communication, or using the communication, what will be the impact on me? 3, what is need from me to do to adjust? These questions and others will be clearly communicated to employee in order to make sure that the change strategy is well understand, the change process is well understand, so your employees do not resist the change and they will help you in during the change process. So communication is a key factor. You will fail 100% without communication with your employees and top management. Without communication in your organizations, you will fail
'Dr. Hatim, are you there?
100%.
Yeah, suddenly we lost you, doctor.
There is no chance to make any change
Dr. Hatim, are you there? Am I
without
audible?
communication. No questions, Nitish?
Yeah. Suddenly we lost you. Maybe it's the
Any other
technical
question?
glitch. Am I audible, Dr. Hatim? Yeah. Now we can see you. I think it's the
Yeah,
technical glitch. Yeah.
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 So you
Yeah.
have my answer. You have
Yeah.
my answer for the last questions.
Yes. Definitely. We will take two more questions as we are running out of time. The final two questions, doctor. The next one is an interesting one. How can you have a change management when your organization is full of senior citizens and Gen Z people? What changes you could bring up that maintains the new processes in the organization?
It's all about communication. Make a clear vision. Share this vision with your employees, whatever the employees are. Once they are clearly understand what is happening and why it is happening and what's the impact on myself, on my work. Once I understand this, if I told you that, Nitish, we will do the change and you will increase your productivity, so your salaries will be increased. In this time, you will resist the change or you will go with the change? Of course, you will go with the change.
Go with the change. Go
Uh,
with the change.
of course, because I gave you a clear understanding on the impact and the reason of the change and the steps of the change. And of course, any change, most of the change, not any change, most of the change to improve the productivity and improve the situation of the company. What the other question?
Correct. So the final question of the hour, what according to you should be the changes which the company should be knowing, or what, according to you, should be the changes applied to all the companies in the current market scenario?
If you go back to 2 years ago with the corona virus issues, I think most of the companies change the coming to office habit to work from home habit. So this is successfully change management process, but this is not uh, a case for one company. It was a case for the world. It was a case for the world. So this make the change happen smoothly, because it's I'm not only the one who work from home. It's all the employees work from home. My father work from home. My mom work from home. My sister, my friends, we all work from home. So it's not only me. Maybe in 1995, I said to Nitish, please, Nitish, go work from home. He will consider this as you fired me. You don't need me.
Correct.
But
Correct.
at that time, go work from home. We all work from home. So this is one of the change management who need to be adapt for any organizations all around the world. But it's not the case for each organization and lifestyles, because uh, in some countries the policy change, the economic condition change. The economic condition change. For example, we are now in the great recessions. All of the companies frustrating from the recessions. But do you think that downsizing, for example, for food industry will be the same for luxury product? Who will be impacted with the economic condition now? The hard impact, the luxury product. But the food industry, no one will live without eat. So the food industry less impact from this recession, but the luxury product industry will get impact, hard impact from this recessions. So it depends what are the changes on the situation of the company, the industry, the whole market. So it's not one case change to be applied for all the companies, unless it will be just like coronavirus and work from home change status.
Perfect. Perfect. I completely agree with you, Dr. Hatim. And thank you, everyone, for those wonderful questions. My apologies, I could not take more questions, but I managed to collaborate the questions and make our panelists give you an insightful answer. So, Doctor, before that, I wanted to give a glimpse about our company, if you may allow to share the screen for some time.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll just share my screen. Okay. Greetings once again to all the participants here who have joined here for this wonderful webinar. So let me give you a glimpse about our company, UniAthena. As you all know, UniAthena is a part of Westford Education Group. We are a company whose tagline is affordable, flexible, and accessible. This is our logo. Now, let me tell you a little bit about our company. We are a company who started off our business in 2019. We are an edtech company headquartered in UK. At the moment, we are offering various online academic and free learning short courses in an affordable and a flexible manner. We are proud to say that we are associated with so many universities with 225,000 plus learners. We have our presence in 212 plus countries and 400 plus courses. And we have so many success stories regarding the same. Now, these are some of our partners. As you could see here, these are some of the top universities in our world. We are happy to be associated with UCAM, Alberti, GMU, Cambridge, to name a few. Now, in UniAthena, we have these two offerings, which is divided into two categories. One is the academic programs, which includes post-graduation degree and doctorate program. This can be classified into four things: master's, MBA, microcredit courses, and doctorate courses. Then we have short courses, which have different domains, which is divided into various other categories, such as basics, diploma, essentials, executive diploma, master courses, and MBA essentials. This all information and everything you will be getting to know by logging to our website, which is www.uniathena.com. Now, why UniAthena? The first reason is we have flexible payment. You don't have to pay all in one go. It's according to pay as you progress in the course. That is pay as per module. And the second feature is it is 100% online. You don't have to travel anywhere for attending these courses. We have so many courses which is available online in the form of video tutorials, reading materials, etc. These are all self-paced courses which have beautiful flexible course duration. And as you could see here, various universities are associated with us. So it is an accredited courses. And the next thing is the courses which we have. We have a personal tutor connect who will be assisting you in every way. We have so much experts here in UniAthena who will guide you through your module journey in every way possible. Now, our courses is designed in such a way, as I was mentioning, the first is the video tutorial where there would be like a mini glimpse of the video about that particular course. Everything is online here. Second thing is essential reading. So the essential reading is like a mini summary of what you have seen in the video. It will give you a glimpse about what the particular course is about, what the particular content is about, what the particular information is about. In that way, you will get the mix of both the video and the explanation. As you could see here, then additional readings and the reference materials when you will go through our website. For all the offerings, you can always check out our website, www.uniathena.com, where you will find more information about this particular courses and more. We have our three offices. One is in UK, one is in India, and one is in Middle East. As you could see, the addresses here. You can always visit our office for more information. And if you have any queries regarding the admissions or in future, if you wanted to have or get to know about this courses more, you can always reach out to these two email IDs mentioned on the right-hand side of the page. One is admissions@uniathena.com. Second is fatima@uniathena.com. So thank you so much, everyone, for attending this beautiful webinar. Thank you, Dr. Hatim, for giving an insightful information about the change management. It was
thank
a
you,
pleasure
Nitish,
to
for
have
this
you
well
here.
organized.
Sorry, I didn't get that, Doctor.
Thank you, Nitish, for this well organized workshop. And thanks for all the audience, and hope that they are enjoy this workshop.
Perfect. Thank you for a wonderful insight. I'm honored to introduce you and listen to your insightful updates and information regarding the topic. Two updates before we end the webinar. I want to thank all the participants who have been here till the end of the webinar. Everybody will be getting participation certificate in your registered email ID. And post this webinar, you can check out this particular video on our YouTube page. The links I have already shared in the chat box, but you can always visit UniAthena YouTube page to watch this webinar again. And thank you everyone for this wonderful responses, questions and thing. Again, once again, I thank Dr. Hatim, my team members who supported me throughout the thing. And thank you, UniAthena, for giving me this opportunity to organize this wonderful webinar. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you.
Natish, let me have one word. If anyone
Yes.
he didn't get answer his questions, he can feel free to contact me on the last page of the presentation to answer his questions.
Yes.
Because I see
Yes.
some in the chat box, they are upset not answering their questions for the time frame. So please contact me. Feel free to contact me anytime via WhatsApp or emails and the presentation last slides. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hatim. So I will just repeat what he said. You can always connect him through WhatsApp and his email ID, which is already provided here for further questions. Okay, then. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Hatim. Thank you, panelists. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.